into the molds that he would have, and that's what he would refine into these small pieces. And he had thousands of these that he would sit in grooves on his plates to type out his pages. It said that he kept his capital letters in an uppercase drawer and his small letters in a lowercase drawer. So thank Gutenberg for upper and lowercase letters. Right? The other thing that's important to keep in mind with these is that they might be a little difficult to read because they're backwards. When printing, you have to put everything in place backwards so that it prints out the right direction. That's where we also get a phrase like mind your P's and Q's. After looking at these small pieces for about 5 hours, a P and a Q are very interchangeable. And we don't want to switch those up, right? And so what he would do is he would take 7 to 8 hours to set up a page. And once his page was set up, he would take the blotter, which is this piece here, kind of looks like a mushroom. But he would take the blotter, it has a wooden base with a cushion and a leather covering. This leather was more than likely a type of a goose leather that didn't absorb water. And he would apply a layer of ink to it, rub them together, and then blot the ink onto the text, and that's how he'd apply his ink. Of course, over the years, we've benefited from some advancements in the printing process. And around the 1700s, people started using the roller for more consistent distributions of that ink. So what we'll do is we'll take our roller here and roll it in the ink that we have. We want to make sure the entirety of the roller is covered, and then we will come in and apply one coating of ink to the text. Just like that, and you can kind of see where some of the ink has come off a little bit. And then we will take what we call the frisket. Can everybody say frisket for me?
Frisket.
An easy way to remember the frisket, we say we use the frisket so we don't risk it. Right? The frisket keeps all of the margins in place. Without the frisket, you'll run into a lot of printing errors and your pages will not come out identical. So the frisket is very important to the printing process. We will set the frisket in place just like that, slide it under the press, give it a twist, and then some pressure. And we'll hold this in place for a good few seconds to make sure that the ink has some time to settle into the page. And then the last thing we listen for is what we call the printer's kiss. Now, the printer's kiss is a very faint smooch sound at the end of the process that lets you know whether or not it is a good print. So let's all see if we can hear it. Alrighty. Hear that? Just like that, you got a brand new page.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah. And that is how the printing press works. It only takes a few seconds to print these pages, which is a very important part of that process, right? During that time, it took about 3 years to handwrite one copy of the Bible. And so what Gutenberg was able to do in that same time was print around 180. It's nearly 200 times what people could do by hand at that time. Of course, there was the illumination process that was all done by hand as well. It's the process of adding color to the pages. Gutenberg only printed in black, so everything that you see on his pages that are in color is done by hand, including the red lettering. And so that's a little bit about how Gutenberg's printing press worked and its advancements to the printing process. If anyone has any questions, I'd be happy to answer, but I hope you all continue to enjoy the museum.
So can you tell us the reference in the page that you print?
Sure, absolutely. So we print here 1 Samuel chapter 25, verse 23 to 26:1. At the bottom of the page that we have up here, you can see this indentation. That is the very beginning of chapter 26. So that's what we print here.
Thank you.
Of course.
So let's continue.
Did it print double-sided as well?
So he only printed on one side, and then he had to wait 24 hours for the page to dry before he could print on the back.
Oh, thank you.
Of course. My pleasure.